again. I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about something that I really can't get out of my head. It's really been bothering me a lot, actually. And I tried to explain this to my therapist, and she was like, she just doesn't really get it. So I thought maybe I would talk to the channel about it. My problem is I feel like not just me, but all of us are surrounded by lies. And what I mean by that is, okay, so there's screens everywhere, right? Everywhere you go, you have your phone screen, you have your TV screen, you have computer screens, you have, all of these different things. And when so this is just kind of like the surface level that I noticed first. So if you're watching these TV shows, so the one that comes to mind, I go running in the morning at the gym, and they have all these TV screens in front of me, and I keep seeing the show Charmed. And what I started to recognize was that it's weird that you have all these characters, and every character is a straight 10, number one. Now, shockingly beautiful, well-styled, perfect makeup, perfect hair, all this type of stuff. And not only is it a show about witches and magical powers, but it's also a show where it's unbelievable just what they look like, how they act, how they talk to each other, just the conversations that they're having with each other are unnatural. And I started watching other shows and noticing the same thing. It's almost like when we're staring at a screen, what we're seeing is an unnatural version of ourselves. It's almost like the observer is affecting the observed by observing a sanitized version of itself. It's almost like folding back in on itself in like stupidity. And I find that really frustrating. Just every time I'm watching any type of manufactured content, I don't know, it just feels fake to me, and which I think that makes sense. But then I started looking at things like the news. You watch the news, and it's so, their language is so, I don't know why I did this, but their language is so manufactured. It's so fine-tuned to make you understand what they want you to believe. And so I keep watching the news, and I'm like, okay, literally, like, I'm listening to their news broadcast, and I'm like, what is the actual truth? Where is like the nugget of truth that you can understand via this performance this person is putting on? And oftentimes when you're watching TV shows, it's some sort of morality, right? And the morality is, it's not like a morality that we can all get behind usually. It's some sort of like weird, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. I just feel like anytime we're being entertained, I feel like we're being lied to. And not necessarily like, obviously people are trying to make a bit of art, if they're making a TV show, it's like, this is my artistic expression of the story that I'm trying to create. Okay. But if every part of everything that you're watching is unnatural, is that good for you and your soul and your mindset? I don't know. So I started thinking about this in other areas of my life. Like, there's really no area, at least in America, that's real. Like, even when we eat our food, okay, so this is something that kind of blew my mind. When you eat fruits or vegetables in America, unless you're going to like a farmer's market or you're growing your own food, I did think this was kind of weird when I was younger, that you can get apples in like December and February and things like this in Washington State. And I read somewhere that the reason why that is because they're holding your food in like a static, like somewhat frozen state for months at a time before they give you at the grocery store. And then you only get like the top, like couple percentage points of like the most beautiful fruit, but oftentimes, or almost all the time, your food is nutritionally void. So it's like even the healthy foods that we're putting into our bodies are not real. They're not real. And like, I noticed this because I work in a garden. That's what, like that is my main job. I work in a garden. I'm growing all these things, and it always blows my mind that I put this baby seed in the ground and I get these giant fruits and vegetables, and they're delicious, and they're so much more flavorful than anything you get at the grocery store. Like they'll tell you, okay, go to the grocery store and shop around the perimeter and you're gonna get the healthiest food, but even those foods are not good for you. So it's like, I don't know, I'm frustrated with life, not in at this point, not necessarily in my own personhood and who I am individually, but it's more like I'm looking around in society and I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, this is not even, it's like the opposite of what human beings should be doing. We shouldn't be like, you know, putting garbage into our bodies. And I heard Jennifer Aniston, or read it or something, she said that people asked her, like, how do you stay looking so healthy? And she was like, well, it's, you know, just don't treat your body like a garbage can. And I was like, well, it's probably more than that because you're very rich, you know, but I thought about that for a long time ever since. And it's a thing that we do in America. We just kind of we garbage food, we eat we drink altered water, we I don't know if you can hear my car, it's whining. I have to go get it serviced, but I don't know, I just, I'm frustrated with, I don't know, it's just, it's society, I guess. I keep looking around like, what part of this is working? Like, some of us have houses, but like, I'm paying a ridiculous amount of money for my rent every month. I sublet half of my house out, and you know, just so I can afford to live there and have like a yard and everything. But it's like, I look around at the situations other people are living in, and I'm like, shit, and like, is this working? The food's not working, the education's not working, you know, like, our technology is working, we're getting very technologically efficient, but we're buying our technology from overseas in places where, I don't want to go into that, but like, I feel like everything is not right. I feel like there's something is not right. I feel like not only is something not right, but everything seems to be wrong. And you know, I want to look at like the bright side of things, but I also want to be realistic. And I'm looking around like, just, I don't know. I'm scared for my future and for the future of all of us, because I don't think that for a long time we've been doing anything that is correct, that is conducive to, I don't want to say human flourishing, because I think that that's kind of a loaded statement, but along those lines, like, I don't think that we are progressing in a healthy way as humanity, like, collectively. Maybe some individuals are, but I don't know. I look around me and I just see failure and lies and sickness, and I don't know, it's just gross. I feel like there's like a gross feeling in my stomach where I'm just like, ugh, like, what are we doing? I don't know, I feel like that's kind of a vague thing to say, and maybe you guys will think I'm crazy, but I wanted to show you guys something. It's my boss's garden, but isn't this beautiful? These poppies bloomed like yesterday and this morning. Aren't they pretty? I have these, this is a dinosaur plant. It's one of the oldest known plant species, according to one person that told me that. These are peas that we're growing. Some gourds, cucumbers, some beautiful ferns, a beautiful rose bush that we had to replant here, some potatoes, cucumbers. Her plants are doing so much better than mine in my house. These are sunflowers. I planted all these, did all this work, and the ones at my house are just not doing that great. This is the beautiful Washington rhododendron. This is our state flower right here, and it just started blooming. Anyway. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta start work. Bye.